Hey guys, it's Heather Hope with the Millionaire Manifestor channel. If you haven't noticed, I changed the name of my channel. This is actually the original name of this channel when I started. Yeah, I'm going back to where I started. So join me over at the Millionaire Manifestor page on Facebook, and let's have a lot of fun manifesting. Okay, so today, yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. I know. I want to jump into it in just a second. I was sick a lot in May and kind of like a cold a lot of May. And then I had like this leg issue and oh, goodness gracious. So I had that voice that I'm like, I cannot record. Plus I wasn't feeling it. So I'm back. Okay, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about reminding you that you are the God of your reality. This is literally the way that you will manifest everything with so much more ease. That you will feel calmer, you'll feel more empowered, you will feel incredible, invincible, unstoppable when you realize that you are the creator, right? Everyone says that you are the creator. We are all the creator of our own realities. And when you realize that you are actually the God of your reality, that you are God, that you're, physical manifestation of God, and that you do indeed get to command, get to decide your life every day. I'm telling you. So I created this course. You may have seen it. It's free. It's on YouTube. Sign up with the link. I'll put it down below of Create Your Dream Life in 7 days. Sign up. The very first lesson is about being your God, getting into your God state, your God and your I am state. And because that's in your self-concept, because that's just everything. Your God state is everything. When you realize who you really are, and Abraham talks about this all the time. They say when you realize who you are, you know what they're saying with that. When you realize who you really are, then you know that you can have anything you want. So you are the God of your reality. Step into that. As soon as you wake up every morning, this is what I do every morning. Like by the time I'm sitting in the bathroom and I'm like, I am the God of my reality. I am so powerful. I give that pep talk to remind myself of who I am first thing in the morning. So tell yourself as soon as you wake up, I am God. I am the God of my reality. I get to choose what happens in my life. I get to say what happens. I get to say what I want, or I get to choose what I want to have in my life. So sign up for the course. It's free. It's 7 days. You'll get an email every day that will have a link to the video. The videos are on my channel. So each day I have you go through a section of your life, because I work with entrepreneurs, but I work with their entire life, because you can't just work on your business and then have the rest of your life go crazy. We want your entire dream life, which includes everything, all aspects of your life. That's what we do. So what I did is I created a membership that I help people each week. So I go live and do coaching on each week in my membership. Right now it's $11.11 a month. Jump in. And I'm also uploading other materials, other lessons each week. And everything that I can possibly give to my members, I'm giving. Everything that I know, everything that I'm learning, everything that all my own manifestations that, I keep getting some magical ones that are just reminding me of how powerful I am, which then I get to remind you guys how powerful you are, because it's just incredible. It's just persisting in your God state, persisting that what you want is yours, persisting in the story, persisting in that story, living from that end. Because the more you do that, because I know that shifting realities is really easy because we're doing it constantly. Bashar says we're doing it billions of times a second. That means nothing in our brain, because it's like, that's just insanity, right? Those numbers are insane. So we are shifting constantly. So what are you focusing on? You will shift into that reality. And you can shift so fast because we're doing it fast constantly anyway. So the more that the more that you focus on the reality that you want and live in that end, and be like what Abraham says, being happy and happy anticipation of that new reality coming, the expectation of it, of that new reality happening. And the more that you believe that that is happening, or the expectation that it will happen, the faster it will happen. So get into your God state, remind yourself who you are all day long, and start commanding things. So when I want something to work, like anything, electronics or on my computer, whatever, anything that it is in the moment, I would say this is going to work, or this is working. And a lot of times I will say, because I am God, this is working. And I will tell you, that is like magic words for me. It's because I'm God, or since I'm God, this is going to work. Or since I'm God, this is working right now. And, and you can get mad. I've told people, get mad, because a few of my manifestations, I got mad in the moment and demanded that thing work, and it works. And it's like, wow. So try it out. With something not working, you just demand it. Say, no, because I'm God, this is working. So you shift into the reality that it's working. That's all it is. So you shift so quickly, but with that strong emotion and that strong expectation, because you are God, it works. You will shift right into that moment of that thing's working now. Okay, then thank you for listening. I've had it happen so many times that it's just incredible to watch things just happen right in front of your eyes. So what was the other thing I wanted to say? Yes. So, my husband is about to become a professional pool player. And he was asked the other night, he plays pool all the time, plays tournaments. I started playing with him. I haven't played pool in years. Like, I won't touch pool because I got so tired of it. Love, like, everyone tried to teach me in the past. And so I started getting into it. And the other night we were playing pool, or he was playing pool, and somebody would ask, are you a professional? Because he was winning all of his games, every game. And he was in this, because he listens to me constantly, because the mindset is really getting solid for him, of like his God state, his professional pool player state, that, that person, that identity that he's creating. And so some people asked, are you a professional? And he goes, almost, because that's where he's heading. And he was winning every single game the other night. All the games, no matter who he played against, he won. And he felt invincible. He told me after, he goes, I felt like I could not lose. Like I couldn't lose. And I'm like, wow, because I hadn't heard him say that before. And I'm like, that's incredible. So he was just on top of it. Like his mindset was just right there. He made every shot. He was doing it. Like, and, I've scripted this for him. How I say, manifest for your loved ones, manifest for your spouse, because it benefits you. Say that your spouse is rich, say that, your spouse is into all this money, or making a lot more money, or winning the lottery, or whatever. There's no resistance in that. Zero resistance when you're manifesting for someone else. That's why it happens all the time. Like you're the creator of your reality. So you're creating all the storylines of everybody in your life. So have everybody in your life the most amazing people. Have them the most abundant, the most successful people, because why not, right? It's going to affect you. So especially your spouse or your person that you're with, manifest the heck out of for them, because it's coming back to you. Like I was manifesting for him to have more money, and he does, and which benefits me, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this is the hack of all hacks. Manifest for your spouse, because it benefits you. There's zero resistance. With yourself, there's all kinds of belief systems all over the place that we're trying to get rid of, right? So anyway, going back to pool, I've played pool with him twice. it's like once a week for the last couple of weeks. I'm feeling the urge to go today with him. So the first time I went with him, he was just kind of like teaching me some stuff. And that was, that's kind of get like, it's all right. So the last time I went with him, we just played, oh no, we went 3 times. So the second time I went with him, we just played straight pool. No teaching, no training, nothing. Cause I was watching some videos of the greatest Willie, oh no, now I forgot his name. And knowing that we can channel anyone, right? We can ask for that help, that guidance from non-physical. I do that with the greatest of all times, pool player. Now I forgot it. Oh, Willie, not Moscato, that's a wine. Willie, whatever his name is, I forgot. But I'll be like, okay, Willie, let's do this. So the whole time I played pool, we only played 2 games that day with him, with my husband. And I won the first game. And then the second game, I was close. I was close to winning to that game. And you know what I was doing? Pretty much the whole time. The whole time, I would just stand there when my husband was making a shot, and I just kept affirming in my head, I won this game. I won this game. I won this game. I won this game. That's all I did during like the whole game. Every time he went to shoot, he would mess up. And I kept telling him, I eventually told him, I said, I'm not saying anything to screw up your game. I'm not saying, okay, miss this shot. I'm not doing that because he's my husband. I love him. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. Right. So all I'm doing, it's about me winning this game. Right. So that's all I did. It was the one affirmation. Sometimes it's like, yeah, because I'm God, of course I'm going to win this game because this is what I want. So it was like 5-6 shots in a row that he was just like messing up. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so powerful. You are so powerful. And so this is because he does this all the time with the people that he plays with. He gets into that God state. Sometimes he's off. And, he remembers who he is, right? And so he plays against some really great players and he beats them a lot of the time because he'll say, well, they're just a stupid thing. It was a stupid mistake that the other guy made. I'm like, it does not matter, does it? No, it doesn't. In the long run, it doesn't matter how you win, right? We're not cheating, but the other player has to screw up, right? At some point, they have to miss shots. For you to win, for the most part, the other person has to miss some shots. Or else that person, if they're playing first, they can run the table completely and win the game. It's happened. It happens all the time, right? So this is like an instructional manual for how to play pool. But so he witnesses these really great players missing really easy shots because he is in his power. The strongest vibration wins, really. But it doesn't really even matter. When you believe that you're the only one who has free will in your reality and that what you want, you get, the other people have to play their part and lose. So that's why there's no competition. That's why there's like, what is yours is yours. Other people are going to mess up and then you're going to get what you want. It's pretty exciting stuff. It goes beyond like sports psychology. It's just, it's just, you just decide, you remember who you are and you decide that you're going to win. And it does not matter. It will play out. It will play out. The other players will bail out. They'll like get sick or get hurt or whatever happens. They'll miss their shot and then you win. And you're like, oh, cool. My shots. Well, the other thing is that of course I have to get my shots in, right? Like he can miss all the shots, but I still have to get my shots in to win. So, and I do. So because the only thing I'm affirming is I won this game. I won this game. I won this game. He misses shots. I kept making mine. And it was incredible to watch because he will not ever, he's a man that will never, play to let you win or to let a female win or anything like that. He's so adamant of like, oh, hell no, I would never do that. I'm like, good. So the thing is, a lot of people don't win against him. A lot of people, like my female friends who, we're all in the kind of the same, skill level at the moment. I'm getting really good because I know how to do this mentally of I've won this game. My shots are going to go in. It's that confidence of like, I get what I want. Okay, this ball is going into that pocket. And guess where it goes? It goes into that pocket. You call your pockets, right? And you're commanding that this ball is going to go into that pocket somehow. And it's going to happen, right? I don't have to be the greatest shooter. The ball is going to go in. The more confident that I am, the more I'm in my God state, that ball is going to go in more often. Crazy, right? So I don't have to play pool for 50 years to be a great pool player. It's just a mental game like everything else. You manifest the knowledge, you manifest the skill based on getting into your God state and say, this is what I want. So you shortcut all of it. Pretty incredible, really fun to play with. Play with this with something like this because you're going to find, something that's not important. I'm not the professional pool player here. My husband is, right? I just find it really, kind of fun to play now. Now I like doing this. I like having this activity to do with him. And I'm playing with all of this of like, oh yeah, I get to win. And it's really incredible that my very first real game against him, I won. That's really great. This man's been playing for 50 years. And he plays tournaments every week. It's like, so for me to win, and I know for a fact, just watching that he kept missing shots, I'm like, oh my God. It was almost sad to watch, but I kind of laughed in my head like, oh, geez, this is very powerful. And so, and then the second game, I know it's just one game, but the second game I was pretty close to winning. I was kind of surprised I didn't win. So I was just like, what the heck? And then I was just kind of tired. So anyhow, get into your God state and you're invincible. And that just takes a little bit of time of stepping into that and realizing. But watch some, like especially professional athletes, watch their documentaries. Watch, I absolutely love the movie King, what's his name? King Arthur? Oh, geez. It's the Will Smith movie. I know Will Smith is not very popular right now, but King, I'm looking it up right now. King Richard. Get the movie King Richard. This is an excellent movie. I absolutely love this. So it's about Serena and Venus Williams. Oh my God. It is so packed full of law of assumption, law of attraction, whatever, God state. It is 2.5 hours. It is exceptional. I got to watch it in the theater. The very last day it was in the theater. I had no idea, but I found it. I was like, okay, we got to go. I wanted to go back and watch it again, but it was out of the theater. But you will notice, especially in one of the games of, I always forget which sister was the oldest. Venus, Serena, whichever one was the oldest that went first. She was in a match, like a very key match for her. And you'll notice that she kept missing shots. She wasn't at her greatest. And then like she got to a point where she remembered who she was. And you'll see this in a lot of documentaries, a lot of films like this. You'll notice the person remembering who they are. And then they go back into the game and they kill it and they win. And that's what she did. She remembered who the heck she was. And she's like, oh, hell no. I'm this, It's incredible. Watch it. And watch documentaries like that. Watch Michael Jordan. Watch the greatest. So these are the greatest of all time, right? The greatest of all time and their mindset. Their mindset is they win. They're winners. And the King Richard movie, the father, raised these daughters, his entire family since they were young to, do affirmations and to believe in themselves and to know that they are winners, all of that. And he raised them that way. And so this is what you do. Like say none of us were raised that way to, be the greatest of all time of something, right? That now we get to do that as adults for ourselves. Like I am the greatest manifestation coach of all time. I don't actually say that, but I say something similar to that. But do it. I'm becoming a really great pool player in like 3 weeks. I'm eventually going to play in the tournament, I believe, if we're still in town, because we're going to move actually soon. I would like to play in the tournament because I believe now that anybody can play in the tournaments, and like, why not? You know, I know these guys and they would probably be shocked that I'm actually pretty good all of a sudden. But anyway, I'm going to let you go in just a minute, but, get into your God state. Remind yourself every single day, all day long, how powerful you are, how invincible, how unstoppable, how that you get to have every single thing that you want. You get to decide how your day unfolds. I 100% believe this. I do this all day long. I say how my day unfolds all day. I say what kind of a day I want, what kind of an afternoon I want. You know, if people are going to bother me, you know, they don't, you know, I just say nobody ever comes to the house. My phone never rings, you know, just certain things. Cause I like to have a quiet home. I like to be, not to be disturbed. I like my time to be quiet, that sort of stuff. And just say that that's how it is. That's how it is. Not like, well, I wish it was like this. No, this is how it's going to be because I'm the God of my reality. So there you go, guys. Okay, I will be back more regularly, I promise. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you later. Bye-bye.